Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for August 8th, 2014. It's Friday. We're finally at the end of the week, and boy, is it a nice way to end the week with very cool temperatures, a very refreshing air mass out there, and more importantly, clear skies will make for a wonderful end to this week, and this weekend is looking pretty nice as well. Temperatures this morning as of 7:24 a.m. range from the lower to mid 50s over the interior and upper 50s to lower 60s along the coast. You're seeing a few locations in your urban locations, like let's say Philadelphia at 64, Islip's at 65, New York City is around 62. For the most part, though, your suburbs are in the 50s. Normally this time of year, you should be around 62 to 64 degrees for a low. This is about 10 degrees below normal. It's very chilly out there. And the only places that are anywhere near normal are your urban locations because that cement is able to keep that warmer air locked in because of the cement. It's called an urban heat island effect. But otherwise, the rest of the region is, well, rather chilly out there. But like I said, we have clear skies and we have a wind from the north-northwest at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Overall, a very tranquil weather pattern is in place. When we take a look at the radar, nothing really going on. High and dry, no threat of any precipitation or any disturbances anywhere near the region. So this radar is going to remain pretty much quiet throughout today, tomorrow, and Sunday, and really most of Monday as well. When we take a look at the latest infrared satellite picture, you can see we have an area of low pressure over here in the mid-Mississippi River Valley. We have some cloud cover over the Tennessee River Valley and portions of the Ohio River Valley. But for the most part, high pressure is keeping us rather clear. Now notice we have a little bit of a, I guess you could call it almost a cloud pattern here. Well, it is a cloud pattern. Setting up with a very sharp cutoff right over Virginia. I wonder what that could be. Well, let's take a look at the water vapor satellite picture. That is the result of the trough shifting off the coast. See, we're on the western side of the trough. Here's the trough axis right about here. Here's our upper level low. And you can see the moisture in the atmosphere converging and drying out over the northern mid-Atlantic. What's happening is that winds are converging aloft at 500 millibars. That convergence leads to sinking, and that sinking leads to stronger high pressure. So as a result, we end up with very nice tranquil weather conditions, and this disturbance, this pesky disturbance, is going to produce quite a bit of rain over Virginia and North Carolina, will remain suppressed to the south because of this convergent flow in the upper level pattern. So as a result, this trough is really leading us to very pleasant weather conditions with high pressure from Canada in complete control through this upcoming weekend. So all this moisture is going to remain to our south. That's the bottom line. Now let's take a look at the latest model guidance from the Penn State EWAL website using the European model guidance. Again, for today, tomorrow, and Sunday, high pressure is in control. That pesky low pressure system to the south will remain to the south, keeping all the rainfall with it to the south. So you can see dry conditions in the mid-levels. You see all this dry air here? It basically settles right over us through the entire weekend, leading to clear skies for the most part. A few scattered clouds possible over southern New Jersey, but other than that, it's going to remain high and dry. Temperatures through the period will range from the upper 70s to lower 80s along the immediate coast because you're going to have winds shifting from the northwest to the east through this weekend. So a little bit more of an onshore flow. Just away from the coast, temperatures generally range from the lower to mid 80s, which is pretty much normal for this time of year, if not slightly below normal. As far as low temperatures, lower to mid 50s over the interior, mid to upper 50s in your western suburbs of Philadelphia and New York City. And in New York City and along the coast, look for low temperatures generally in the upper 50s to lower 60s. Of course, that urban heat island effect will likely lead to temperatures remaining around 60 to 63 degrees in your major cities. Now, for early next week, this is where it gets a little bit more interesting because on Monday we have that low pressure system meandering off the coast while clouds increasing. You'll notice an increase in humidity because we're having more onshore flow. So low temperatures in the lower to mid 60s, high temperatures still seasonable, lower to mid 80s. We're not looking at anything of a hot or humid nature at all in this forecast through the entire forecast period. Now, on Tuesday, should I say, we have a cold front approaching the region. Notice this trough here starting to become more what we call negatively tilted. Meanwhile, we have that disturbance still meandering off of the mid-Atlantic coast with a nice little boundary. You see how this pattern is kind of carved out here? This is what's called a marine boundary building into the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. So that's going to lead to overcast cloud cover, kind of a backdoor cold front type scenario on Tuesday. And that's going to lead to low temperatures in the lower to mid 60s, high temperatures in the upper 70s to lower 80s, and overcast cloud cover with a few scattered showers possible. On Wednesday, though, well, it gets a little bit uglier, let's just say. We have a trough cutting off with a nice little upper level low over the St. Lawrence River Valley. Significant lifting throughout the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. So what you have is a polar cold front, a marine air mass, and you have your tropical air mass to the south. The combination and interaction of these three air masses will lead to periods of moderate to heavy rainfall on Wednesday and, quite frankly, rather ugly weather conditions. We're looking at low temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, high temperatures in the lower to mid 80s. I would not be surprised, though, with this marine air mass if temperatures, let's say, over Connecticut, Long Island, and the immediate New Jersey coast, possibly even New York City, gets stuck in the mid to upper 70s waiting for this cold front to move through. Because remember, we're going to have the backdoor cold front. Behind that backdoor cold front, obviously a marine air mass. Ahead of the backdoor cold front, a little bit more of a tropical air mass. And then you have your cold front coming in from the west. So depending on how that interaction sets up, you could have temperatures in the mid 70s over Long Island, Connecticut, and the immediate New York City metro, possibly the New Jersey coast. Lower to mid 80s jumping up in the Delaware River Valley and in Philadelphia. And then you have your cold front moving through, pushing all those air masses off the coast with a new polar air mass by the time we get to Wednesday night. So Wednesday looks like a little bit of a volatile day as far as temperatures. You could see quite a range of temperatures on Wednesday depending on how these boundaries set up. And then on Thursday, finally, that cold front's off the coast. High pressure starts to take hold. Could see a few lingering showers over portions of Connecticut and the Hudson River Valley as the upper level low spins to the north. For the most part, though, looking for drying conditions, low temperatures in the lower to mid 60s to start. But then as that polar air builds in, you'll see your dew points crash into the 40s and 50s and your high temperatures in the upper 70s to lower 80s. So by Thursday afternoon and evening, very tranquil, comfortable weather conditions will be in place. And the end of next week, kind of fast forwarding here, looking at low temperatures in the mid to upper 50s, even along the coast, and high temperatures in the upper 70s to lower 80s. That's your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and LinkedIn. As always, have a wonderful day, and please stay safe out there.